Gemma, so listen, thanks for coming on. Welcome to our live stream. I wanted to bring you on because you'd recently joined our team and you've hit two massive promotions in our business. So, for folk who don't know, my name's Dale. I run the Sack the Boss team. We specialise in helping people make money working from home. Gemma, you kind of saw our content on social media, is that right?
Yeah, it was my husband. So he went to school with Evan, and he was telling me all about it. And I eventually got in touch with him.
You get in touch with Evan, asked him what's the script basically.
More or less, aye. So my husband, he kept talking about it, saying like you really need to speak to him, and see what it's all about. And then at that time, I was needing the gas and electric. We were coming to the end of our contract, so I jumped on, spoke to him, and I'd been putting it off for months, even just having a look to see what he was doing, and eventually signed up as partner straight away as well, all in the one call.
So, what's your background? What kind of stuff have you done in the past,
Um,
work-wise?
it's mostly been kind of office based, so kind of financial things like that. It's not for me. I've always worked because obviously you need to work, but this is much better. I'm not for. I like to have a much better kind of work life basis, and this is great for that. So the thought of even kind of going back and getting into an office and doing a 9 to 5 now, it just doesn't really appeal to me. So having this, it's great.
Yeah. Well, I think what the pandemic has made us all think about, what are we actually doing with our lives? I mean, what's the point in just going in and working for £10 an hour or whatever it is, and working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, to get treated a bit
Aye.
rubbish. A lot of employers, they don't value the extra effort. It's so the pandemic's definitely made us all think about the differences. So you'd been watching Evans on social media, kept on meaning to have a look at it, eventually get round to it. So Gemma, look, there'll be a lot of folk who watch this who maybe know you already.
Yeah.
So I just want us to be honest about the good and the bad about doing something like this. Because with Sack the Boss, we can definitely help people make really good money working from home. You do it from your sofa and you can work on your mobile phone.
Yeah.
So it's a really kind of futuristic way of bringing in good money to support your family. But sometimes folk will say it sounds a bit too good to be true. So
Mhm.
that's why I like to have wee chats like this, just with real folk who can give their honest opinion of how it's worked out for them. So when you joined, how was it? What did we do? How did it all pan out? Who was training you, and how did it run?
So Evan trained me. Started in April, end of April. He basically would do the supporting calls with me, so I would go on the calls and basically just listen to what he was saying and what he was doing. Um, and he's seen that it worked. So when I then went on to do my calls, I basically just done it the same way as he's trained me, and it worked. I did have a pretty decent start. Then, as you said, things go up and down. The next month wasn't so brilliant at all. But this month, going off, I kind of kept at it, kept my head down, posted about the market, where things were, and where things were sitting at, and just followed it from there. And it's skyrocketed especially this last month. So it has, and so that's what I said to Evan. I says, God, if I can do this, you can do it. I'm sitting up the stairs, away for the kids, away for the husband, just a wee couple of hours every other night, and I'm making more money than I ever did in the office. So
That's a good thing. So how many hours would you say you're putting into your business? Because at the end of the day, there are no set hours. No, you don't have a boss. We don't tell you what to do. You run your business at your own time. So what would you say your average week, how many hours you give Utility Warehouse?
I usually say it's kind of after kind of 6. So it's once my husband's home and the kids are kind of more or less sorted for bed. So I don't know, definitely less than 20 hours a week. I've upped it now because it has been getting a bit busier, but it's only round about when I can. I'm not putting things off. I'm not saying no, I'm telling people, no, sorry, I've got a day planned for the kids, or I've got a day planned doing this, or
Yeah.
just, no, I don't want to work the day. And so I travel a bit less than 20 hours a week. So
Amazing. And today you were at the beach, weren't you?
yes. So
Beach today, maybe do a wee bit of work tonight, make a few quid.
I was walking along the beach, managed to get somebody booked in. So I'm going, right, I really need to put my phone down. I need to just actually. So
And so there's a lot of folk who watch this and they're probably maybe looking at their own finances and they're thinking, wow, my bills are going up. My energy supplier's hiking my payments on me. Every time I go to the shops, everything's more expensive than it was the last time. And folks kind of, that wee bit of fun money that we all have in our lives, it's getting squeezed more and more and more. And there'll be folk who have maybe seen Evan or are maybe watching this and they're thinking, I could do a little bit of extra cash. But a lot of folk tend to doubt themselves, is what I've noticed in life. And I mean in general, if we're not doing something that we've already done, we tend to think we can't do anything different. And I would just love to know your feedback on that from, how's it been for you? I mean, what would you say to somebody if they were looking at this thinking, I don't know if I'd be able to make some extra cash working with Sack the Boss?
I think that's why I put it off for so long, because I thought, it's like sales. I've never done sales. I'm not good at that. I would say I'm too honest for sales. I would end up like talking myself out of it. But it's not sales at all. It's literally helping people. So, and I can talk to folks, so I can talk. Well, do you know what? I even thought at first I couldn't speak to people, and I thought, oh no, I'm really nervous, and I was dead worried about doing my first call. And the way that it came about was Evan wasn't well and I had somebody booked in, and I just thought, do you know what, I'm not going to get this person booked back in again. I'm just going to need to do it. And it was so much easier than I thought it was. And because it's not selling, it is basically just having a conversation with someone to say, look, I've got access to this. Let me show you what I can do, what I can offer you. And it's basically just speaks for itself. So
that's a good point, actually. For the folk that are watching, what is it you're doing for people? Like, what are you doing?
I'm literally saving them money and time. Essentially, I'm doing it all for them. But saving them money, especially just now is just ridiculous. So trying to get them, if they want a fixed deal, try and get them fixed in on their gas and electricity, other utility bills as well, and just giving them an overall deal and an overall kind of saving on what they're already paying. And some of the savings that folk are making just now are unbelievable. And as you said, that fun money with that extra bit they could be saving just by switching, that opens up a bit more. So you've got the opportunities to, I don't know, go to the beach, go to pictures, like spend that wee bit and not worry about the petrol. And it's great.
So you mentioned there it's not sales. I mean, I am a salesperson. I'm car sales for 20 odd years, but there's 45,000 people who work for UW, and almost all of them have got zero sales experience. So it's nice to hear you confirming what most folk say once they start doing this, that they realise that, you know what, I'm actually not selling anything.
No.
People are already paying gas and electricity. They're already paying it, and they're already paying broadband, and they're already paying mobiles. But what they tend to be doing is they tend to be paying too much, because they've either got it through a comparison website that doesn't actually give you the best deals, or they're just staying with the provider that they've always known, who again will just have them in the highest tariff because they know that person's not going to switch because they've stayed there so long. So when you're doing a swap for somebody and you help them save all that kind of money, how does it make you feel?
It's good. I genuinely do feel good that I have helped somebody, because at the end of the day, someone helped me do it. So if I can help someone else, it makes you feel that wee bit better that you have, like, they could be struggling. They could literally need that extra £50 or £100 that you're saving them a month. And the fact that then you've done that for them, it's great.
And see these two promotions that you just got through the week. You got 20 plus club, which means you got your 20th personal customer under your belt, and you're getting £250 for signing up a customer. So it's decent money. And then you've hit future team leader as well. How did you feel when you got those two promotions?
Good. That's what I've been kind of saying. I'm trying to set myself like small enough goals obviously you've got smaller than your kind of 20, but that was the 20 customers is what I was kind of aiming for. I never hit it when I kind of wanted to because I had that wee dip, but it's came around dead quick, which is good. And then the fact that it's been in the same week as my future team leader, so I had my TL in sight rather than the FTL, so having that in sight and then hitting it and like totally forgetting about it was like great to wake up to that I'd already hit it, so that was good. So that's me. I've got my TL in sights.
Good, and that's a great way of setting your goals. You should always set for higher than what you're aiming for, because that way, if you miss it, you still hit the goal. So you know, well done for building your mindset like that. So are you excited about the future?
Yeah, definitely. My arm's been twisted for Amplify, so
Brilliant.
yes, twisted to the point where I think if I don't like it, then they're going to be paying my fuel bills back and that. So yes, I'll hold them to that one.
Listen, Amplify is like a concert. It's not a traditional business event where you get a suit on and it's all, you know, boring speakers and you're like, oh my god, this is just repetitive. It's, you know, there's thousands of people in Cheltenham Racecourse. They've got a big arena. It'll blow your head off, I'm telling you, because what you're doing, you're seeing all these people just like you who joined Utility Warehouse just thinking it's going to be a small couple of £100 a month extra income, and it very quickly overtakes, because they're earning thousands of pounds a month, and very quickly they're quitting their jobs that they hated anyway, but they were stuck in it because they felt they didn't have any options. And now they're making way more money part-time than most folk actually earn full-time. So but when you come to an event like that, that's what gives you the belief, because let's be honest, sometimes folk will say to me, Del, this all sounds too good to be true.
I said that to Evan when I started, and when I come off the call and I still said it to my husband. I'm going, like, how can I physically earn that for doing not like literally 4 hours work or whatever it's going to work out to be? It blew my mind. But now the fact that like I hit my points, so like my mini incentive for the drinks tokens and that to go to Amplify.
Good, excellent.
But you know what? I really need to go. Since that was one of my goals, I better get going. So I
promise you, your business will grow so much faster after Amplify, because the belief you take back up the road, because you'll come back up the road, you'll be like, right, I'm going to smash this. Because that's what these events do. So yeah, listen, that's really good. But look, I didn't want to chat too long. I really just wanted to celebrate your success, because we've got so many new faces joining the team. I think it's a bit to do with the economic climate. People are starting to realise that Utility Warehouse is one of the best home-based options to earn money in the UK. And, you know, they maybe looked at it once and thought, no, but they're seeing so many other people getting involved that they're starting to realise, hold on a minute, I think I'm actually missing out on something here. So brilliant on your 20 plus, brilliant on the future team leader. And I really look forward to seeing you hit your team leader promotion. And I'll get you at the bar at Amplify, that's for sure.
That's fine, definitely.
So listen, have a nice evening. Thanks for coming on. Oh, one thing I like to always ask this: there'll be people who watch this, and again, they'll still think, sounds too good to be true. What would you say to that person who's maybe sitting on the fence, doing what you were doing, watching content on social media, seeing all these people hitting success, but they maybe doubt themselves?
Just do it. Message me. I'm an open book, so ask me anything you want. Ask me to see my commission slip for the last 3 months if you want, and I'll show you how it goes up and down.
Yeah.
Just on how you work. Just message me and I can show you, let alone just sit and tell you. Just go for it. You literally got nothing to lose at all. You can sign up and go, do you know what, it's maybe not for me, but once you get into it, it's 100% for you.
And you've got access to the 10-minute video that you can share to people. So if anyone that knows Gemma, if you want the information, send her a message, contact her on social media. She'll send you a link to a 10-minute video that explains it all. At the end of the 10-minute video, if you think, nah, it's not for me, great. At least now you know exactly what it's all about. But please have a look at the economy, the recession, the chaos that's coming. There's 80% bill hikes for us all. So again, if you know Gemma and you want that protection that she can give you with a fixed price, she can stop your 80% hike. So don't sit and do nothing. Reach out to Gemma and let her help you. Gemma, have a lovely evening and thank you so much for jumping on.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
All right. See you later.